And welcome back to 90.3 WMSC Upper Montclair. This is Heavy is the Crown. I am your host, Vector Lynn. This is International Metal Hour. You just heard Young Wolves by Demotional, a Swedish melodic metal band. After that was Soldier of Heaven by Sabaton, a Swedish heavy metal band. After that was Venerate Me by Hammerfall, by a Swedish heavy metal band. And after that was Why Me by Rust, by, you guessed it, a Botswana metal band. We just covered 2 out of the 5 continents we are planning to get through tonight, that being Europe and Africa, respectively. And I'm joined here with Rugged Car. Kind of forgot about introducing you. Forgot you were here. Sorry.
That's how it is. You steal me from grocery shopping and then you just forget about my identity. No.
Comedy comes in 3s. Swedish, Botswana. Technically that's 4, but the joke was there. I had to craft it, so I didn't forget it. And then I forgot about you.
Speaking of craft, I forgot my mac and cheese craft because I couldn't get it from the grocery store.
Look, you get to be on one of the best shows on the station, arguably the world.
I mean, I guess. Yeah, that's true.
I mean, can you name a better show?
I mean, I heard there's a show called
I didn't think so. Exactly.
Indeed. So, all right, I'll take your word for it.
Yes. So as we've established, you've been hit by cars almost how many times? At least 3.
Yeah, I've only told you 3 stories, but
only?
There's more than the fingers I have left on my hand, you know?
What do you mean?
You know, I only have 8 fingers. So
remind me again, what's your position in Death by California?
Don't worry, I'm a drummer.
I guess that checks out. I don't know. I only do the lyric work in the I used to do the lyric work in Triangle for Skeletons.
You know, so. I kind of stick to bongos because then I just use like the bottom of my palm and go doo doo doo, you know, with one hand, and then the other hand I can just like relax. But
so I don't think we ever established this. What kind of music are you then?
Well, it's like metal combined with ska, then combined with EDM. We like to really explore.
Interesting.
Yeah. So like, you know, we got that tropical side, but then like at the same time, we almost died in those kind of tropical vibes. So then we have that like grunge, you know, and then the EDM, it's only to, you know, stay hyped with the newer trends. So
you just got a little bit of everything.
We try to pull from the iconic Gorillaz, you know, like they got a little bit of everything. So we try to mimic them. But
the who's?
Gorillaz.
Never heard of them. They're
pretty underground, you know.
Do they use mainly instruments, or is there like programming involved?
I don't know. I think it's like, I mean, they are a bunch of gorillas, so like, you know, they were trained. So, you know, I think it's a mixture of like instruments. I don't know if the gorillas can actually handle though, like using technology. So I think maybe they have like people in the back, you know, using the program.
So is it real music then?
I mean, define music, man? Like it's just sound, you know? So like
that's not true. Mainstream air quotes music is sound. The real music stuff with real instruments, that's music. The stuff that you can feel in your headphones, you can feel the crunch and the rattle.
I'm gonna have to say it is real music because like it's a bunch of animals making it, and that's like nature. So like it's natural music, you know.
Okay, I might have to. It's going to be hard for me to do, and I don't like this, but I can do it because I'm just that good. But I will step outside of myself for a second and check out these Gorillaz, because, you know, even if they're not amazing at music, I still think it'd be interesting to watch Gorillaz play music.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Even if I don't wind up liking their sound per se, I'll still get a good chuckle out of it.
Yeah. I mean, can't go wrong with a bunch of gorillas. I mean, one of them, his name's Timbo, and he plays a tambourine. Like, come on.
Oh, interesting. I play the triangle.
There you go.
But I guess that's less impressive because I'm not a primate.
Yeah. I maybe you derived from one, so I guess that counts.
Depending on who you ask.
True.
So I guess I got to find some. I guess I have to play like a guitar to be well known or something.
Yeah.
Or just auto tune everything, because fine. I mean, it's not like my band wanted me anymore, because they're like, oh, we want to include mainstream artists and synths. I'm like, no, that's not what we were founded on. And then they're like, okay, then bye. And then I'm like, what do I do now? And then now I'm stuck with Nicole, who isn't even here right now. So
yeah, I mean, like, just gotta be creative. Like, imagine making metal music with a banjo. Like, that's the kind of ideas we need to bring to this industry. And that's what we see with the Gorillaz. I mean, it's a bunch of gorillas. They just pick up an instrument and they just make some music. So, like, imagine that.
you bring up a valid point. I'm not entirely opposed to banjo metal.
Right?
Unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on who you ask, I don't think that's a much tapped into market.
Indeed.
So
yeah, throw in a harmonica, man. That'd be really great.
Okay, slow it down, because you're starting to get a little into country.
True.
We do not.
What
do
if
that
there's
here.
country metal?
I think I had a friend once.
Oh, you only had a friend once?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
I
tough.
mean, me and my band were pretty close, but man, they are jerks now.
Ugh.
But I had a friend who once said something about Midwest emo music. So I think it would be a offset. If we did country metal, it would be an offset of that.
Gotcha.
Which would be interesting.
That would be interesting. Yeah. Some country. Ooh, and then you mix it with EDM. There you go.
Yeah, but speaking of countries, we have other countries to get to, specifically continents, but we just went east for Europe and a little bit south for Africa. Now we're going to bring it back west, only to go south again and hit South and Latin American metal. Once we do that, we're going to wind up northeast till we hit Japan for a couple of songs. And then we'll go from there. We go south and hit Australian metal. I think somebody have a map. They can check me down now. I think I'm right. Directions was one of the few things I'm not too good at, but it's cool. There's music to be played. This is Downpour by Heresy.